final series. Let's go back to Clinton, Paper Thin, and Will.
Wait, an ISO, you're trying to bait me? GenG on defense, ZETA on attack.
GenG, these are the moments when, unfortunately, Zeta Division does look strongest. When they're pushed right up against the wall and they're put on Ascent.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
this is just a
again,
much better map for Zeta. Like, I actually have
against Team Secret, but you never know with them.
much more faith in this one.
Certainly tremendous talent on that Zeta team, so they can get it done. But so far today, it has been a mighty struggle for the Zeta Division boys. On the other
What are the
side,
chances
though,
we get
GenG has
DRX
looked
Paper X
so
in playoff?
darn good today, and
Someone
now
do
they
the
are
maths for me.
one
What groups
map
did they
away
all come
sending
from?
themselves into the
Someone that
playoffs.
knows how it works. What are the
That's
likely
going to be a quick
matchups?
peek out from Texture. He'll find one. Was gunning for two.
Because only Team
But that will
Secret and
stop them,
GenG
and
can
it's
go
spike
through,
drop
so we
as
must be able
well.
to work
gives
out the
GenG a
matchups.
good idea of the original plan from Zeta Division, and they'll be happy with that Killjoy setup as well. Just absolutely planted to delay any sort of execute onto the A side in this pistol. Quick recon to check B main. That allows them to stabilize in a 2-1-2 default once again.
All right, going to be checked by the drone. Cleared on one side, not on the other, so going to remain hidden as Meteor, and he's going to find value.
Well, that's just a quick double right click, and it's trying to hide right behind the wall, but Meteor still able to activate that last-minute Nano Swarm.
Houdini,
That leaves
173
spiked
with the
down,
tier 1.
but
Thank you so much for the
gives
15
up the
months.
entire
Thank you,
site.
thank you.
2v3 now.
Yeah,
Zeta
and they
Division
have
not entirely at full health.
they have
Depth
flash
quite
for the
low at
retake.
54.
They have knife for the
Taking
retake.
that extra damage into depth might be a difference maker in this round. You never know, so just able to pop something there. Some utility thrown in towards the site. Laz down to 67 HP as well, and this retake setting up potentially pretty nicely here for GenG. Going to try 2 through short A, maybe all 3 through short A.
Oh,
Oh my
that
god.
timing
A
on the
lovely
door
shot.
and the recon.
Yeah, this
I
might
was
be too
wondering
much.
if definitely quick enough. Laz gets a nice kill, but it's a defuse being stuck. He's not quite sure where the remaining member is. He's trying
my
to
God, that
find
was
it,
a
and
nice shot,
Munchkin
though.
gets an easy kill onto
yeah,
Laz.
nice
What a
retake.
retake.
Lovely
Led by
first shot on
the
this.
IGL of GenG.
Yeah, great timing there. Great coordination.
You
Something
can't get
that
second in
felt a
kickoff
little
with 0
bit off
points.
at
What do you
times
mean?
against Team Secret for GenG, but
What do you
here
mean,
it
Flo?
was really, really good. The bait and switch at the door, not the door that was closed, but the short
Trying to
A
believe
tree
in
door
chamber.
here by
Yeah,
Texture and
there's not
Meteor.
many believers
them
out
a
there,
pretty
but I
nice
knew they
kill.
would be. They love that.
And they're able
They
to
love the
find
ops.
another one for Meteor on the way in. Nano Swarm
If Gen
pop.
G wins
Then from
50-50
then on
between
out, it's
Paper X,
just they are-
DRX,
Munchkin is so ready, dude. He
Gen
is
G
so
win
ready to go
50-50
to
between
playoffs.
Paper X and
I
DRX,
mean, he
Paper
is
X and
fired up,
C1.
and he's
Okay.
trying to prove that they've got an entire another playbook at the ready. Now
get
GenG
you,
with
I
another
get you.
1-0 lead. He's going to be buying up all the rifles they possibly could, setting up against this anti-eco.
Texture looking for that peek out, looking for those shots, can't connect.
That's a quick push out. He
Lexi,
dashes right
thank
into
you for
the
doing
wall,
that.
but he'll get out in time. Urant trying to chase up to it, but he'll miss his opportunity by just a hair.
And let's see how
Munchkin
much
now,
we
another
can
bait and switch on tree, trying to make
see
it
how
look
much
like it
damage
was
we
weak,
can
but
do.
surely you expect
see
back
how much
up.
damage can we do, and
Yeah.
can
was out
Munchkin
all
or
alone
Meteor
with that.
farm a
I
little
think
bit
that's
more?
why Euron's taking a moment to pause here. He's just like, wait a minute, fool me once. We're not gonna fall for this again, I hope.
Yeah, the question is do they think a flood's going to be enough? But because there is a rifle here
At
in
the
the hands of
moment,
Munchkin. I
Yeah,
don't
they're
think he
coming
has
over
any
to
intention
Munchkin
ever
and
pull out
Meteor
his
to
utility, as
farm.
They already have strong mid control as well. Kept Huron pinned down. They're waiting for it, and that's a dash right into the Vandal's crosshairs. Jumps out, gets to 0 point. That allows Textures to cover his back as well. And that's going to be 2 kills for GenG. The setups around this A site just so impeccable.
Yeah, really, really difficult to get through. Laz is gonna try to sneak around this corner. Can't even pull the trigger. Oh, Munchkin.
Yeah, the Guardian has been doing work for him throughout this entire match. And that's a 4th as well.
That is one away from his ult.
Nasty.
Nice
with
shots.
The Guardian. I mean,
Munchkin's
so
looking.
good today.
Munchkin's looking real good.
It is incredible. I mean, it's hard to like just articulate how good he
I
is
like
with that
I like
gun. It
the
is
fact that he's
so
leaning into the
devastating,
Guardian a little
especially
bit.
on
He's
these
always had a
anti-eco
really
rounds,
good
to
sheriff,
make sure that
and that normally
the opponents
correlates to
just
having a
don't
good
really
Guardian.
Get much out of them. Texture that wallbang sheriff shot. Poor Laz around the corner trying to see if he can catch him a little bit off guard.
No. Really wanted more than the 4K, it looks like.
Always animated as Munchkin.
Yeah, 1 point away from the no command, carrying forward with that Guardian. It's been trustworthy all today.
Knife goes over towards short, drone through middle.
Take some mid control on this buy round. And ZETA,
Shockdart
usually on the buy rounds, a lot of
missed
teams
the
kind of want to wait for that
Shockdart missed the
against the bonus and
alarm
things
bot,
like
but
that.
they
But
did
they
shoot
just say
it.
we want to pressure mid as early as possible. Whenever we have this firepower advantage, full armor as well, we'll push into it.
A lot of information gained by GenG out towards Gelato. They were able to peek through for quite a while. Didn't see any contact, just allowing them to fall back and really start covering this mid angle. You can see that the two members, Lakia and Meteor, were covering it for a little bit. Lakia is going to reposition, but this setup here is initially for main door, but now they know surely it's going through market.
Yeah, and a bit of a tag as well. Two members still in sight. Only one hit by that 0 point, and Huron will find the first kill. A little more spam from Texture, but he's going to have to back out from the Nanoswarm.
Good luck back to sight.
It's all up to Lakia if he can hold on to the site, but there are a lot of members.
Munchkin has a KO flash. God, just got thrown now.
Site taken over by ZETA Division.
It was,
All members
yeah, like
nearby
what,
for
a second
GenG,
too
but they
late?
will reset for a 3-man retake.
Still a lot of damage can be done. That Guardian.
Well,
They have an
Munchkin
Omen
as well,
flash.
and that helps.
Yeah,
The
that's one
retake here.
member down.
Just so good, man.
Yeah, can they inch forward for an
Oh
upgrade?
my.
He doesn't even need it. That's another third kill with the
Oh
Sheriff.
my.
And now utility being dumped into the site. It's only Huron. He can't finish the kill either. A little flustered by his own mistake. And it will be the bonus win
Another
for
good start for
GenG.
GenG,
I mean,
3 in a
just-
row.
Just filthy stuff from Texture.
Yeah, and Munchkin should be taking this
go around, upgrade
to
guns
get
before
his
they
ult.
finish the defuse. Just so smart right now is GenG.
For this,
I mean,
maybe
they were
Team
reading that
Secret's
round really,
chances
really
are
well.
going.
Able to, again, push out, get information early, utilize that to their advantage to fall back into safer positions to protect against the market push, buy some time for the reinforcements to come. That is just filthy.
Doesn't have bullets. He needed the reload, calling for help. All right. Oh, maybe he's mimicking Munchkin a little bit. I'm not quite sure.
So funny.
Poking a little fun at his own IGL.
That's so funny, man.
I mean,
ZETA, oh, man.
You gotta imagine GenG just feels like the win's already in their hands.
Yeah.
I mean, the momentum fully in their favor, and you gotta feel for ZETA Division a bit. A lot of people were having high expectations over the course of the year for this roster, and then they came out with some nice ideas, at least stylistic changes that people were excited to see, and it just gets shut down by Team Secret, and they haven't bounced back against GenG.
Yeah, I'm shocked. I mean, I predicted ZETA to win both their matches today. I really thought that this new look that they're showing was going to be able to get them over the line. Not that I thought poorly of the other two teams at all. I mean, obviously, they're great.
Oh, good anti-flash from Lakia, and he will find the kill. He even survives long
God,
enough.
he played that so well, by the way.
Lakia still holding by stairs. Meteor tries for a swing. He'll buy just enough time for Lakia to go for 3 kills. Good trade setup from GenG as they have now swarmed the last remaining member. And Sugar Zero goes down, 4th round for GenG.
Okay, second buy round for
I mean,
ZETA
you
here.
just gotta love seeing Lakia back on Ascent. The guy is just at home here on Sova. The classico for him back on New Turn. Of course, we all know about his tremendous play at Reykjavik, but this right now is just him just farming on the back alley. So nicely handled, so nicely maneuvered. That initial turn on the flash just follows into him being able to shut that push down. Munchkin,
Flash,
nice
Flash
ultimate
Omen TP.
backup.
Flash Omen
plays. I mean, this is
TP, I
something that
think.
also is so powerful
Yeah,
for GenG.
Flash
is
Omen
Munchkin
TP swing.
popping on these
They don't see
anti-eco
anything with it.
rounds,
They
is
too
getting
got
him
hit by
these
the
ults
knife.
so quickly,
But they at
and it
least
makes it so much
cleared
difficult.
A main, and they realized that
The
it's
ultimate is so powerful. People don't really sometimes
clear.
think about it, how it just completely can shut down
In return,
executes. If time
alarm bot
properly,
goes down.
or can really give you a
I don't
much
think
easier retake,
Sugar
of course,
Zero
'cause you're just
knows
not
that they
getting
got
utility
full
out of your
info. I
opponent's
think they.
hands.
That timing,
I mean,
especially
honestly, when they
Munchkin
flash
has
like
been
that,
using
it
pretty
is a common play.
aggressively
So
in some of these rounds that we've
we
seen
did just
so
get
far
a
in
little
kickoff, trying
bit
to
of
predict
info over towards
the
it. At
enemy's
least spotted the
movement and their
one-way.
intentions, and it has been fairly successful.
Double setup over towards
So
short.
he's happy to hold that in his arsenal. No flash drives available left for this round, though. So
Hero
it's
Run
just a 0
has
point on the fragment
one
alongside the ultimate
away from
to
his
provide
KO.
utility for his teammates, waiting for a timing onto the 0 point. They want to see if they need to gather information. Uses it at the 50-second mark, and that signifies that this most likely is a B push, and they would be correct. It's a pinch in from market. The paranoia keeps Meteor blinded for just enough time for Depp to dash in.
Recon
Now
on
they've been
sight
pinged.
here.
Lakia
It's a
in
nice
boathouse
sight
once
hit.
again. Meteor can't get the first
Damn.
kill. And Depp with a quick swing
He
onto
gets
a
the
double.
second there.
Texture seemingly
Yeah,
wanting to hold
let's
for
everyone
his teammates
relax.
to
No
arrive.
need to
No heroics
overheat
just
right now.
yet. Depp waiting by the market door. Texture seems to have an inkling about it. Doesn't feel too safe. The paranoia is what he was waiting for, and they'll try to find an angle. Laz gets the first kill, Laz gets the second, and now it's going to be Karon left all alone.
Any damage is good here from him.
Lovely
little wide swing, 11 HP. A little bit unlucky not to win that one. Nicely done from, nicely done from Depp and Laz, especially Depp. This did not expect him to get the second kill here.
Right where Meteor was standing in the previous round, where he caused some problems. They're ready for Lockheed to fall back to Boathouse. Depp is disgustingly fast.
Wow.
It's just not even fair how good he is
that was
sometimes.
crispy.
And then they're able to get into this nice post plant setup and just make this retake unassailable for the side of GenG. So a nice adjustment here from Zeta, learning from mistakes that occurred on their last B hit.
Very much so.
Good news for that as well is only one of them died, so their money's really nice.
Going to be that fast no command, but it gets shut down as Lakia just sends a perfect recon dart and follows him all the way through the spam coming out.
Probably the worst way that could have gone.
They do not want this KO to
oh my god.
Zeta Division, I know you want to save your teammate, but this just
shock
seems
darts
like
as well.
waiting to happen. 0 point ties him up as well.
He forgot the
they know
bounce.
They're still around. Meteor hunting for a couple more kills. Will eventually get taken down. Firing off the op. I mean, Zeta just trapped. They will get out with the spike, and that's the best they could hope for.
Oh, but they're all beat up. I mean, Laz on 13 HP, Sugar Zero on 39, Euron only on 79 with 7 armor left. That was costly for Zeta. Lakia there with the timely recon dart, getting it out ahead of that no command, gives him the ability to lay down a ton of firepower. Saw it or heard the dash from Depp, able to trap him in the corner.
Man, am I the only one that just look at this skin? Like, look at this thing, man.
But they
look at it. It's so out of place. It's so huge, bro. This gun is so stupid.
The stack a little bit from GenG. GenG
I'm just looking at it. I just can't. Like, it belongs in a different game, surely.
Rotate over to A. They put a stack on there. They're just watching for the flanks.
Look at this thing.
On a timer, wrapping around. However, this will allow Zeta to at least get into the site. But as you mentioned, just so low that
this Odin could really.
It could be the Hunter's Fury, and that's just going to be Euron dead. Fishing for a last kill, won't find it.
39 HP, 13 HP.
Out of this site, but again, the Odin just holding on that left click could be all it takes for Zeta's demise here in the 6th round. Laz feels the pressure.
Enough, yeah.
Doesn't want to
use Bucky left click.
Doesn't have a real good way to defend it. That's a pop flash coming out. He can't swing away from it. Sugar Zero, he's caught in the back. That's going to be the Odin just pressuring him, but that's going to be Lakia swinging out. The defuse is
stick.
Oh, he finds a kill, and Karon will swing out.
Bro, how did he nearly do that?
Oh, we were so close to a Sugar Hero moment. So close there. I mean,
as close as we got all day.
Yeah. It's a little bit awkward here from GenG. I don't think you need to have that first player swing out while the defuse is happening. I think you can just hold those dice, wait for the shots to come out, see if they spam the box, get them to reveal their position that way, and then tighten the noose around them from there. But it works out anyway. Karon has had some amazing clutches for GenG so far today.
On the HP that he was as well. Timeout comes in, so they could force buy. There's only one person that can't get like a.
I
think he can maybe get a bulldog.
It almost feels like he performs a little better.
And if they do force into this, they have to win. I think it's like 5 rifles, 1 bulldog.
There's a couple players that are still getting used to the pro settings, and when left to their own devices, they'll really.
You get 1 champ point per series 1. You get 1 champ point per series 1 in stage 1 and stage 2. Not in kickoff.
But obviously, they would like to spend just a little bit more on stage, show off just a little bit more.
It's only the stage 1.
Start and good expectations.
Kickoff is
stage 1 later. And of course, somewhere
kickoff is pretty fine.
At their team house,
you only get a massive advantage if you.
Rooting for Zeta to try to
like honestly, you could even argue that going to Masters is a disadvantage. Like it is, to be honest. Like it's cool that you get to go to Masters. Overall, big picture, the disadvantage.
Death by 1,000 cuts right now for Team
You only get 3 points if you win Masters. You obviously get. You obviously get to potentially go to Masters, potentially win Masters, prize pool. Everyone gets to look at you, etc. But you're also showing more footage. You only get champ points if you win it itself. Like the worst possible outcomes come in second in both. Second in kickoff, second in Masters.
And that's the entire Killjoy setup on A, all broken down. They see that it's all been set up for A site.
Big force buy into
now
this.
left all alone on site. Depth's just buying time for the rest of his teammates to come through.
Oh, the
Almost
lineup.
a
46
there.
HP, that's
Sure
unlucky.
Zero will stabilize the kill feed.
Oh boy, here we go.
Texture now going for the speed with the Blade Sword, but Huron's ready for it. The Cloudburst gives a little bit of weight.
And the big
That's a
force
quick
buy
round
pays
in
off.
favor of
3
Zeta.
people alive as well. They get a plant for
I'm
extra
totally
money.
fine
Not bad.
with what GenG wants to try here with pushing the pace on this retake, because they know that a lockdown and a Hunter's Fury are potentially going to be in place. So if you can just rush them down, take those ults potentially out of the
Does
equation.
Masters not give points? No,
you can give
it's
yourself
literally,
a
it's
uh,
3 points for
maybe a
winning
little bit of
kickoff,
easier time to
3
win
points
that
for
round,
winning
because
Masters, that's
once
it.
that spike goes down, and if you give
So
Zeta
you can
Division
come
the
second
time
at
to get
kickoff,
into their post
second at
plans, this is
Masters,
going to be
and
basically an impossible round anyway.
and not
You've
have
got
any
the
champ
Blade
points.
Storm, you might as well go for it. It doesn't work out, but I appreciate the attempt. But on the other hand, Zeta, a good hold there. Good job on
What is that
isolating
Bucky
and
skin?
identifying
What
their
the?
targets, knocking them down, and getting that much-needed round win. The great news for Zeta is you did not have to invest many of your ultimates.
Yeah,
to
that was
get
a really
done.
big round for
Exactly.
Zeta, and I think the timeout was in a very good time as well. It was like that was the big round to keep them in it for sure.
Whereas GenG, some of those aggressive swings out have been
Titan
costly.
Mail.
Now
Is that
they
what it's
have a
called?
broken
What the?
buy in this one.
Ult goes
Carry's
in,
still
they
strong
stick
enough at
it.
that range. Dev
Okay.
will trade for a kill onto the
Spike,
base side, and
meanwhile,
that
wanted
ties
to
up the
go over
reinforcements for
towards
GenG,
B.
but
I
Meteor,
think
he gets the call
they
that
got
he still
hit.
feels that it's a
Killjoy
B hit.
ult
The
goes
lockdown
in on the
should
attack.
chase
This guy
Lockdown
means
out.
he has to leave the back of sight. Do they have
does he
any
get out
util
with
for the
his
back of
life?
sight?
No one there to
We
watch
have
for
no
it.
smokes to
Being
block
so
this
slow
off,
to
so
get
this guy can
into
just
B
duel
here,
the whole time.
Our GenG, or excuse me, Zeta, and finally they're starting to put some pressure, but this allowed everybody to kind of get into safe position.
Yeah, we got some
Exactly, the
crossfires
crossfire's
here.
still available for GenG.
We got no
Zeta
smokes.
scared of the ghosts on the B site, and that might be what hurts them. In a round they were looking to win against this broken buy of GenG. The alarm bot chases him through. He's been tagged up. Depp with a nice run out, but it's an instant trade for Karen as well. 2v2, and now it's just Laz left again. The spike down, trying to isolate the
20
1v1s.
seconds.
Does not get hit by the paranoia. Only 20 seconds on the clock. He has to get in.
Yeah, he's got to get this down, and this is going to give Karon an opportunity to upgrade his gun as
Yeah.
well off of that Bucky. So the teamwork could be good. Just got to make sure you time this right to displace Laz.
Two
You
1v1s though.
imagine that he is in Boathouse, so it's going to be Karon who quietly creeps up close. Going to be the smoke to isolate it, and another one-way as
Damn.
well. Laz just does not have
Nice
an angle.
util.
Now they're prepared to swing out together. Karon first at low health, and he just gets the headshot
The
on the
crab
smoke peek out.
walk.
My word. My
The
word,
crab
Karon.
What an
peek.
aimer here.
So clean
What the?
in these late game scenarios. He has been so impactful for GenG today, and it's a thrifty even, but what will really hurt Zeta in this round is they take so long after this lockdown comes down. I'm just sitting there watching the map because I'm seeing if Lakia is going to be able to make it out, because he was trying to head back towards spawn, towards the alley, and he had all the time in the world. He gets out there, and then Meteor comes in through market. And it's like
Yeah,
waiting with a sheriff with open arms.
Gotta imagine that, they were a little bit scared of, holding those close angles until the
Yeah,
lockdown pops. And I
nightmare.
understand that, but at some point,
They
you
won
have
the
to
important round the round
capitalize on the last couple
before, and then in theory that one
And
should
just
have been
the
easier with the
trauma of
guns,
it
but
keeps Zeta from winning another round. And we did hear Texture calling it out in that replay. He says the opponent have their Hunter's Fury online. So GenG very much aware of the ult situation.
Yeah, and if you can find a pick onto him, then that's going to make Meteor's life all that more easier. Flashed. Our couple members have to use the smoke and the dash, but nobody is actually pressuring off that from Zeta. That's just using a little bit of utility to buy a little bit of time.
And Zeta now grouped up on the A side, but not enough contact on the B side. That's going to help get this operator all the way over.
yeah.
Texture has his sights lined up. The only thing he's really concerned about, once again, is going to be
Okay,
that Hunter's
3
Fury. The
people
drone
here.
finds him. He'll take that out, but that allows his teammate Karon to be
And they
stable
double
onside. The
send
flash
it
comes
through
but
door.
Munchkin and Meteor cleaning house, and
Yeah,
that
they
gives
are
time for
fully
Karon
on the
to start
same
firing
page.
once again.
Zeta
The
didn't
forces
create
of
enough
Zeta just
pressure
cannot
elsewhere.
enter
They
the
got too much
site, and
information around the
Laz
map. Just managed to stack here far.
just waltzing into the smoke without really
Am I
a
gonna
clear
watch China after
intention,
this?
gets
What's
sprayed
going down? What match are they on? Are they on the
Okay,
second
well,
or the third match?
Huron is going to take out Lakia.
30 seconds left.
That's a consolation prize, most likely. He does have the spike. He could potentially go get it planted. He's not going to get an ult charge out of it.
Oh, it was only 2
Already
games
has his
today?
ult.
Oh well.
So this is just
Okay,
extra
well that's
creds is
a
nice at
that's
this
a rest in
point.
peace.
for the team,
I'll probably break in
because
between
with the
this
timing, you
and
couldn't wait for more duels.
EMU.
He'll just do whatever damage he can. He finds a target, but he won't land the kill. And GenG not having an inch of trouble in this round as they pick up a 7th win.
It's impressive, but again, ZETA.
I thought there were three. I thought there were 3
slight
games
fake
today
with that flash
for China.
over
Not
on
bad,
the
I
B
guess.
side, but they don't capitalize on it quick enough. They move over to the other side of the map, but by that point, they've given
2
GenG
EMEA
enough
games,
time
yeah.
because they take it pretty slow to get Munchkin into place, to get Meteor there at
3 tomorrow?
tree.
Oh, okay.
To all just kind of be ready here for that contact when it happens. And yeah, you keep the operator of Texture from doing too much damage, but the crossfires are absolutely just brutal.
We could check out. What was the best
by
China
Kieran
game?
on site by Dice. Really
We could
keeping
do a lot
that
of VOD
attack
review.
from gaining any steam with his initial
12.
sprays.
And this is, once again,
Yeah, we
just
might
the
check it
weaknesses
out.
of the
We might
old
do like
Zeta
a
starting to
fast,
show up,
a
right?
fast
Just working
version,
off of
see what
your
went
own
down.
assumptions and not any clear sense of information through utility. You gotta wonder, that drone not quite catching full vision, but they do have their suspicions, so it's gonna be the op pushed out. Of course, Alarmbot's still there and Dep's ready to take it out. He knows how this works on Ascent. Been here before.
Play like you're playing ISO there off those alarm bots.
Well, Euron set up on a timing, but Munchkin not going to greed for it just too much. Thought about checking for how many members there might be, but it seems the call is for GenG to back off, wait for a little bit more to group up. He's trying to
That
bait
could
them in,
work
and he
out
only
well
catches the
for them.
Sova.
Yeah, but
they
how are we
still
going
have
to
to
push
be
this off?
wrong. Those rounds
Dude, the
last.
crab peaks are crazy today.
Texture, I mean, we heard the
The
Otis
crab
spam, and
peaks
Last
are
somehow gets
crazy.
Right around it. Texture gets a little bit curious.
Gotta
wants to
start
take advantage
trying
of his teammate spam.
I
That's
know
going
I
to be
get
a
one
lockdown,
tapped as
trying
soon
to
as I
find
start
time.
trying it, but
This is a little early, but of course, the members of ZETA still grouped up in mid.
lovely ult to force them over
Dep's
towards
gonna
A.
just
We have a
around
pretty
the
good
entire
setup,
site,
especially as
spin
no
all
one's
the way
over
back
towards
out
A
to B
main.
main, and
We
they
had
will
a pretty
choose.
good setup.
It's gonna be a 2-2
We
split. We
fall
might as
back
well
over
just go
towards
to
site
A.
and we can
We're
delay
gonna
a
be able
little
to
bit.
clear
Okay,
things out one by one once again, but it's a nice flash from Munchkin, and that's a third.
What
Shuts
the-
down the
that
entire
is
entry.
mad.
The KO of GenG
I can't believe he
slows
went
things
for
down.
that.
15
Lovely
seconds and a
push while this is
follow-up
going
from
on.
Lakia from behind the spike, safely still on site, but Charon is still here as Meteor jumps down, and it's only Dep. 26 HP, he can't find the first kill. He's waiting for
Bro,
the 1v1,
Munchkin
and Meteor shuts it down.
decides to
I mean,
Flash
Munchkin on
send
this
it.
KO looking so good today. Not just the Guardian play this time. It is setting himself up, using that fragment to buy himself enough time.
Yeah, and I take it
to
there's
get
an
that
op over
flash
here, so
into
they delay the
place, and when
plant.
he peeks the
Sorry,
corner and
delay the
binds three,
defuse.
Absolutely phenomenal. That is so difficult to do.
Man,
It is
the
interesting
players,
that
I'm
Laz
telling you,
kinda
the
got away
players
with
that
a similar play to what we saw
that
against
like to
Team
go
Secret.
aggro
It isn't
have some
the
of the
exact
sickest
same
plays.
formula, to find the success, but he's
90,
still able to take an
99
operator down.
out of 100 players have
Kind of
fallen
a
back
tricky
there.
little maneuver, but
Especially when he fell back
overall,
originally.
GenG is just working so well right now. This round, though, really Munchkin is the one that turns this around.
Oh, yeah.
He really ends this for ZETA.
I mean, even if he had only gotten, one kill, maybe even only two, ZETA
Yeah.
still should have been able to get into the site safely, but it's 3. They have to spend time on the revive for the KO ultimate. That gives time for Lakia to peep out. I mean, the IGL, sure, he's had some ups and downs throughout his career, but today in all the matches, he has been at the center of it to bring GenG those victories. Now it's a switch up on the setup once again. The Nano Swarms on B to defend against the dash in onto the switch.
Take flight.
They clear the bot, but this time around they're not making any pressure towards B. In fact, they're shifting
Set
over
up to
towards
split
A,
over
so
towards
it's
A.
gonna draw the attention of GenG more towards
We have a
Laz's turret.
recon.
Laz playing
Oh.
much further back this time. Gonna be cleared by Lakia, and then they're just gonna back
They have
right
a
off. but
pretty good
Gives him the
timing if we
idea,
look at the
though.
minimap.
Yeah.
Only
Third
seeing that
knife over
Killjoy,
towards
seeing
short.
that turret seemingly should have been the lurk. So now the
This
rotate will begin.
A-main's
Now,
been
of course, with
constant
Alarmbot down,
one-way,
he can't go
and the
all
Omen's
the
just been
way
jiggling it the
too
whole
safely.
time.
So Texture
One way
going to take
finally
his time,
runs
checking
out.
on
He goes
mid,
back to
just
site.
leaning ever so
We got
slightly more
KO
towards the
flash.
side. Now
We got
calls for
Omen
Meteor
flash to
swap
stop this.
positions.
Jet's gonna get hit just in
should have
time.
heard that.
We have a Larka middle.
He's
They know
got-
about it.
It's getting very antsy, but GenG's not losing sight of this. They
And
know
he
what they've
calls
left
that I'm
open.
in a
They
good
pushed him
pause. You
away
guys
from
need to
tree
come
as
back
well.
B and I can kill
So
the
the
rotates.
operator only
30
focused in
seconds
on A main, and now we're down to 30 seconds. Once again, ZETA, not too much information. Laz did
So
hear
let's
one
see if
member
the 2 on site can
rotating over A
delay.
site, and that's all they have to work
where are
off
we?
of, hoping
Uh-oh.
that the B site is just
Lakia has a
this is
recon.
when
Lakia throws his recon out,
loses
delays
track
them a
of that
little bit.
one crucial piece of information. 15 seconds on the clock.
15.
ZETA still has to get
Omen
the
ult
plan
goes,
down.
sticks
Two
back to
members
sight.
in Boathouse. They're still staying alive, and Charon is cleaning house. Only 6 seconds left on the clock. Can you get
No
it in time?
time.
No, the clock
time
is
to
past
plant
the
on
4
this.
second mark.
A
And the
lovely
round
Omen
will
flash.
be in
Lovely
favor of
recon.
GenG.
Yeah.
It's
What can we
good
say?
trickery from Zeta, really working. the
Ryan,
map, but it just
thank you
takes
so much,
too
man.
long.
Thank you,
Just
thank you.
And a great hold.
Thank you so much for the
from
raid.
Karon
Appreciate it.
and Lockheed.
How were
I
the
mean,
how were the Chinese
Karon has
games?
just been
Thanks for uploading the
absolutely
VODs as well. I saw them there.
insanely good this map. I mean, look at this: 11 kills, 4 deaths, 8 assists, topping the charts for GenG.
Again,
That's
for
a dream
people
scenario.
who
So many ways.
are wanting to watch all the
Right?
Chinese
Yeah,
games
oh,
when they
sauce.
kind of overlap
Yeah,
with
you
Pacific,
love this.
Ryan
This
is the one.
Just when you know you're feasting on the defender side
Gonna
of
be
Ascent,
catching
is
all
when
the
your
games.
controller is just going absolutely bananas.
So go follow his channel.
And not enough deaths either, so really
Flash goes
being that
out. Let's see if they can get the last rounds. They've been holding on to this Sova ult for a long
Quite a
time.
few of those rounds from GenG, and it hurts for Zeta. I mean, this time they had a little bit more to work with. The Laz on the lurk, even got 1 kill. But at the end of the day, didn't identify the setup on B. Didn't identify the members either, and it's just too much firepower.
Yeah, they just got to go for it at that point. I mean, you get the pick on a Munchkin right as he's popping his ult. That's nice. You took that ult away, but didn't matter. Round still did not go your way, and now you're in danger of going down 10-2.
That would be rough. You're on a nice fire back, though. He's been a little bit quiet compared to the opening matches. That's going to call for an early Hunter's Fury from Lockheed, seeing if he can catch anyone in this choke point. Eventually, it won't be it. That calls for the counter from Urak.
I love the Sova ults where they only hit their team. They're so funny. It wasn't a bad attempt by him by any means, though. Oh, the reposition jump and they don't realize. Damn, that would have been an absolute clip. That was a lovely 4K from him.
He almost had the ace. He almost had the ace. I am just...
My, oh my.
I'm floored. It just seems like Zeta can just
Yes,
not
I saw
find
them,
their
Ryan.
footing
Thank you so much,
at
Ryan.
all. Every time something seems like it might go a little right
Ryan, I
for
might
them,
do a
GenG's
might
just
do like a
not having
little
any of it.
VOD review after
And
this. People are saying the
individual
FPX
firepower
game.
that
Is that what I'm
GenG
watching?
is proving to just be too much in a lot of these rounds.
It's just a perfect storm of GenG.
Watch the
playing
sunset?
So
Okay.
in sync, so well, getting
We'll do that.
such good reads on the timings, and meanwhile, Zeta falling apart at the seams before they even get into the site.
Yeah, we'll just watch your POV.
It's, what can you do? You know, if they're outplaying you like that, you don't see him or don't catch him jumping across that one-way smoke after you try to displace him with the shock darts, and then he just punishes you again, and the communication, the coordination just seems to not be there. And the ability to read the map, like you talked about earlier, Will, they're not really getting the information they need before they make these hits. They're just kind of having to rely on the fact that their executes are just going to have to be good enough, their fire is good enough, time is always running low, and we're falling back into the same habits of what we saw with Zeta from last year.
You wonder how it could be fixed. We thought the 2 rookies would be enough. It might take some time to make it clean. But so
All
far,
right.
Zeta
What is
Division
this?
seemingly
What is this fast strat?
needing this extra time
This is the
before
molly that
stage 1
goes-
because all
where
the
is
same
this molly?
weaknesses starting to
A
shine through
different
the
lineup.
cracks
Does
once
it go
again.
here?
But
Does
the
it go
map's not
heaven?
over. Pistol round. This could be where it begins. Zeta Division with a sheriff in the hands of Depp. If you're trusting anybody with it, it's going to be this guy. He was, you know, in the top 3 of the duelists for power ranking so far in the kickoff so far, but after today, you got to imagine he's fallen quite far down.
Yeah, it's been a brutal day for everybody on Zeta. Just hasn't been what you would hope for if you're a Zeta fan. Certainly a lot of hope, though. I do have to say that what we saw earlier in kickoff is extremely encouraging for this Zeta squad. And one bad day does a Zeta squad not make. They will certainly be back.
Sure, Team Secret had a terrible first day, and look at how far they've bounced back forward. Of course, Destiny not in their own hands, but the firepower absolutely at the level a lot of people expected coming into kickoff. So we won't write them off for the year, but it is a bit unfortunate as we stare down the last remaining few rounds of Ascent. Zeta just looking to extend
That's kind of cool.
off
Fast
the
landing
paranoia.
recon on
Textures
tree.
following
Probably
team through. Makes a very
it's probably a
quick
nicer
entrance,
lineup
but
than the Hiko one, just because you're closer.
is good from Zeta
Flash
Division,
goes
but the
in.
flash once again. Munchkin's
Good
been
luck.
so good
Oh
with it.
my.
Sugar Zero
He
finally
did so good
trying
again.
to be the hero that Zeta Division needs. Spike dropped on Heaven. Meteor brought down solo. Surely not this time. 1v3.
There's no way this time. There's certainly no way.
Tries to fake the rotation, but he gets spotted and now down to 7 HP, and that's
Yeah.
going to be
Okay,
lasting
nicely
uphill.
done.
Well, looked a little dicey
Sugar
with the
Zero
headshot,
again.
Zeta
doing mad work.
get that first step forward.
Really good back and forth utility from both squads here. A great paranoia initially to get Hiroron out of position, and then a follow-up paranoia from Sugar Zero, and then a flash from Munchkin. Everybody doing a nice job, but Sugar Zero, when he gets down into hell, he is a devil. He is tough to get out of there. That is his home, and he doesn't want to give it up easily. So now, finally, Zeta going to get a little bit of breathing room, potentially. We'll see. Only a share for texture. That's it. As far as purchases go, found a couple people, and they're trying to sneak in. They're trying to bait you through here.
Oh, I don't like this look where Huron's one in wide. He's kind of stuck there. They will thankfully win out of the trade so far, but they will not be able to protect that rifle. A bit of an aggression, just hoping to really close out the round there. With the awareness to switch out onto tree, that does help a little bit.
Yeah, I like the smoke though to cover this.
Set up a bit of a trap
I tell you what,
there,
I'm not massively a fan of ever playing Wine
how you
on
would like
against
if you're a
ecos,
GenG player,
but at least there was a few numbers with
to
them.
get enough firepower down that they can thwart the attempt. Follow up with a change in direction to the other side of the map. Now the utility will be there to alert Zeta, as they have placed themselves right outside in benches.
Yeah, you got that turret watching down. The Nanoswarms to delay as well. 0 point. Also, giving a little bit of information. Just waiting to pop those on a timer. That hurts lock you quite a bit all the way through. You love to see it. Onto that ult orb. Now Laz knows he's been weakened quite a bit. It's an easy kill onto the spike.
Spike down.
Spike dropped. Munchkin trying to find some wall bangs, but he won't connect. Barely gets out. He just wants to stick the plant. Just a couple extra credits, please. And that's not going to be given to him either. Zeta needs everything they can to try to snowball a comeback.
Yeah, no doubt. It's a good start for Zeta. Still a lot of work to do. You got the must-win pistol. You get the follow-up.
Yeah, and now they got to win this. They got to win the bonus.
Over into the next one. So still have those outlaws. Still have the outlaws. Still have the bulldogs.
Yeah, just that one Guardian draw.
Yeah, the Guardian. Yeah.
Of course, you know, a big investment for the second round, but they need to. And carrying over 4, I think they'll be happy.
Yeah, no, it has to be pretty much all or nothing the rest of the way. So certainly it is Ascent. See it from time to time where teams are able to come back from huge deficits on their attacker's side. Definitely, again, Zeta, no slouches when it comes to those kind of things. And a few tags with that 0 point, but
yeah, very nice. Make sure that it's not a fake anymore. And with that early 0 point gone,
with the killjoy setup here,
activates the nanoswarms, is able to survive, but
yeah.
gets a little distracted by
Killjoy was just on
already on the site. No one else quite there to support. The smoke comes out off of that 0 point.
Dude, Killjoy was just on that full island on his own. Nothing to help him.
So scratched up.
As soon as the flash comes in, as soon as the recon comes in,
ready for this retake.
can't really do too much. Can't really do too much over towards
do
door.
not have that recon bolt available on your end.
Yeah, I think so,
just
Ryan. I think it's too much talking.
That's the best they got. The drone will try to sight a little bit.
At least we haven't got another week to go this.
Only one member tagged in A main. That's not the information Zeta was looking for.
The nice one flash.
They're gonna get, and they will just have
to
to
did they
push
mess up their timing?
through as all the spam comes out from Meteor. Still all stuck on Heaven. The bounce down into Hell, but it's not enough for a distraction. As Karat still focused on the drops. That's 2 to his name, and that's going to be the round for
All right,
GenG.
now we get them the biggest buy rounds.
Such a good execute for GenG. The flash catches Laz's turret, so he's not able to play off of that. And then the recon dart throws his aim way off, and they're able to just break the site wide open. From there on out, Texture does a ton of damage through those smokes to a couple Zeta
America's
players.
tomorrow.
Keeps spamming them down.
Yeah,
By the time
maybe?
Depp gets
Might
to
be
this
the day
retake,
after.
he's like
Depends what day
7
it is for
HP
you.
or 6 HP or something. It's not going great. And as you can see, they all just start kind of funneling in one by one. And GenG has no problem dealing with it, and it will be a timeout for
Surely
Zeta.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta call it here, right? You can still buy back in. It's not match point just yet. Once you let it get to that 12, it just feels so impossible. But here, it's a mountain for sure.
Excited for
but
K-Corp?
seemingly one
Oh,
that you
man.
might be able to
We'll
climb
see what
at
they got
least on the
planned.
top. Whether you make it down safely or not in map 3 would be a different
See what
question.
they got planned.
But
See
they've
how
gotta get
Heretics
there
look
first.
again.
Anything's possible. Anything is possible, but it's hard to imagine with how good this GenG squad has looked, other than the first map of the day. Ever since then, it has been all GenG. They have been really starting to click, and it's been a lot of things that have started to come together.
K-Corp
It's
better
not
this
just their
year?
shooting,
Oh,
but
for
it's their
sure.
teamwork as well, seeing a lot better decision making.
K-Corp fans can have
setting up
some
crossfires,
can have
getting
some
into positions
slash
where
a
they can
lot of
trade
hope.
off of each other, getting their util to combo a little bit better. That last round, yeah.
There is a chance for champs this year for them.
Coming out with that timeout, so they're just gonna hang back.
Well,
We'll see how the year goes, but there is some chance.
definitely could be a push for mid potentially.
You know, they're gonna see that deep recon bolt, and GenG scratching their heads just a bit on what exactly the plan would be, as no solid information gained on either side. But Depp is planted into this cubby. Now, Hunter's Fury available for Lakia as well, so I have to imagine GenG could just consider a full send once the timer reaches a certain point. Just try to get to match point.
If he gets a spot onto somebody here, they know it. See, immediately backing out. Are the members of
Yeah,
ZETA
just
checking
having
that
to,
corner
dude,
before Munchkin.
having to use the drone
is
to
safe.
re-clear middle
So
is
that
pretty
might actually
savage.
give them the idea that maybe A is the way to go. They didn't see any pressure out at short, and Depp's going to try to use this timing to get out in the open, cover top mid.
I
see
like
if
the
he can
positioning.
catch anybody out of there. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know. I really like this.
The counter drone spotted at least one member from GenG in front of B main, so he expects
We
to
got
rotate after
short
they go push
covered.
into mid. He's holding that. The
I'm
question
worried
is,
that
can
I'm worried that Sugar Zero
once
is just
again
in an
anchor down on the
island,
site,
but
'cause Huron may
what is the
not be
timing
able
of
to
this
score,
knife?
depending on the smoke. There's that Hunter Fury that pushes both of them
Yeah,
out.
he did
They will
great.
have to exit.
Definitely
At
got a
least this will
TP
be
out of there,
safety
and we
net,
just do a
Depp
retake
gets
together.
taken out by
Depp
Meteor
decides
on
to
the
push
lure. That
towards
was
middle.
such a safety idea, and
Texture
will
pushes
shut
close
down
in
the
their
two
smoke,
members.
and it
The
falls
curveball throw
apart.
from GenG.
Leaving the site was
So
good,
often
but
they'll be
then
playing textbook, but not
yeah,
this time.
GenG
They
step
really
ahead on
want
this
to
one.
put this in the bag.
Yeah, I love the Hunter's Fury just to clear space on the site. Laz would be the shocker of the century, but nope, immediately traded out by Karon. 12-4. We find ourselves in match point, and GenG finds themselves
8 of
one
them.
round away from going into the playoffs of kickoff for VCT Pacific 2024.
It's been an absolutely grueling journey for GenG, having to have played 9 maps so far leading up to this match, and finally trying to catch a break on a 2-0. As Texture, I mean, that's just enough time that he needed to get back into the top form that we saw.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy to think about that this, if they can win this map, will be the first time that they haven't played a full 3 in a best of 3 this season.
It hasn't been easy as Depp just goes for a fast push. It's just a Guardian in his hand, though, so he'll have to land those headshots, and Huron leads the way first.
They're kind of, yeah, I was going to say, the people over towards tiles are ready to send it. Meteor gets 3, and was no one watching the smoke?
To his name, but the smoke keeps him at bay. You've got Karon still watching the exit from the smoke. The bodyguard guarding the rest of his teammates of GenG as they funnel into B site. And the spike plant should signify the end of kickoff for ZETA Division. The countdown begins. And Huron, if there was ever a time to prove it, it would be now, but GenG is not taking any chances.
No, might as well. Might as
Are
well.
they doing the bracket draw
Make it
after this?
impossible.
Let's see what they say. Let's see what actually is going down.
What can he do?
Because
Just
originally-
has to land the 3 headshots. That's all he can do. Can't really
Originally
have the
they had
leisure
like
to
a-
bring out any of the utility. No flashes to his name. The alarm bot.
I guess a formula
spots
of what they were gonna do,
Sure, he'll catch
but I
one,
think they got rid of
paranoia.
it,
He
so
knows
I'm not
the
sure.
timer's running out, but he's so scared he just wishes someone would peek him. But GenG, they want to be absolutely certain as Meteor gets
Okay.
a 4K.
Very,
and
very
GenG
nice.
will be
GenG
the
go
4th
through.
team in VCT Pacific to make it
But
into
who do they play?
playoffs.
Yeah, just